All right. Welcome back, people. My apologies. I did not plan on going live so abruptly, but I have a hectic week ahead of me, and I have to get these live streams in when I can. So I might do this several times this week. I might jump on and give a very short notice. So just bear with me if you could, please. Big shout out to everybody who is able to join me today. I just want to talk about a few things here, a few things that made the news. And actually, I'm going to have y'all listen and read this stuff with me for the first time. I haven't even taken the time to sort of process it and read it or listen to any of these reports myself. So we're all going to, unless you've already listened or read it, we will watch it and or listen together. Right? Dancing on Dog Graves. As always, Mr. Payne. Big shout out Horizon Fade. Ashar in the building. Good to see you, Ashar. Kittens. Great Pumpkin. Sane in the building. Embrace Within in the building. Let's get into it, people. Now, this was the first story that I saw in the last 24 hours. Community rallying around Portage girl who loses her nose in a dog attack. This was published today. That's a few hours ago. Let's check it out.
An 11-year-old Portage girl loses her entire nose in a dog attack, but thanks to help from the community, she'll be able to get the surgeries that she needs. News Channel 3's Chris Yu is joining us live in studio to explain what happened here. Chris.
Trisha, Noor-e Sabah is a 5th grader at Angling Road Elementary in Portage. But last Tuesday, a dog attacked her, tearing off her entire nose. Well, since then, the community has rallied around her.
People, we're talking about a creature that's able or capable of ripping off a person's entire nose. Dogs are like just giant razor blades. You can't even articulate how dangerous they are because they're pretty much capable of ripping or tearing off anything. Who gets their nose chopped off? That's like an injury that can only happen with dogs. These things are so dangerous, man. There's no excuse to have these things in society. I just wanted to touch on that. Had her nose ripped off? What is this?
Getting more than $17,000 on GoFundMe.com, but that's not the only thing they are doing to help.
It's lemonade!
They are emptying their banks and using their savings.
Here you go.
For light refreshments, for sweet confections,
Here's the 2 last chocolate chip cookies.
but most importantly, for a good cause.
Are you sure you want to donate all this? Yeah.
These kids are raising money for 11-year-old Noor-e Sabah.
Because she's a really nice friend and we want to help her. And it's her last year at 5th grade and she might miss it with her injuries.
On May 17th, Noor-e was playing with a dog when it attacked her, tearing off her entire nose.
When I got home.
Okay, so she was playing with the dog. The victim was playing with the dog when the dog tore off her entire nose. Youngsters, dogs are not humans. They're not even close to a human. They will live with you. They'll be relaxed and calm 1 minute, and the next second, they'll launch an all-out attack on you. A big problem is anthropomorphism. People assuming that dogs carry human traits, personalities, temperaments. We have no business being around predators. Dogs are predators. You know something else I found? A lot of young people, they don't even view dogs as predators. When you say or ask them to name 3 predators, very few of them will name a dog. Very few, if any. And that is part of the problem. You have no business playing with a predator. Kids, you don't play with predators. And it's such a shame. These sound like some fairly bright young children here. They're raising money to help her with her medical bills. I applaud that. What I don't applaud is the absence of lectures. When, where has the adults had a discussion with them and told them to stay away from dogs? It's like people just assume dog attacks, oh, they're just supposed to happen. It's just something that happens. It's just part of life. No, it's not. No, it's not. And people have to wake up. This is irritating to me. The silence is irritating. Now, I can guarantee you they're not going to say anything about dogs. I can almost guarantee you. Let's finish.
She might miss it with her injuries.
On May 17th, Noor-e was playing with a dog when it attacked her, tearing off her entire nose.
But when I got home, I started crying and stuff. I was so sad. Yeah, that was basically my reaction too.
Noor-e's sister, Narmeen Zaman, was nearby when the attack happened.
There was just so much blood, and I knew I had to hold her.
Wait a minute. Let me rewind that. Sorry about that. I was checking my messages and sort of got distracted. Sorry about that. This will be a very sloppy live stream. Just bear with me, people, please.
Was playing with a dog when it attacked her, tearing off her entire nose.
When I got home, I started crying and stuff. I was so sad. Yeah, that was basically my reaction too.
Noor-e's sister, Narmeen Zaman, was nearby when the attack happened.
There was just so much blood, and I knew I had to.
Was it worth it, big sister? How about you just not let your little sister play with dogs? How about all you young folk never ever play with dogs? How about that? What's wrong with that? It might save you from getting your nose ripped off someday. Or just having your face mutilated someday. Don't you think that's worth it? You're not missing out on nothing, not playing with a dog. People are brainwashed to think that dogs are some type of necessity in life. That is so frustrating. It's so frustrating. We don't need dogs. In fact, we're better off without them.
Hold her and, talk to her, make sure that she was there with me.
Noor-e will have to undergo several reconstructive surgeries. Doctors took cartilage from her ear and is growing that tissue on her forehead.
I mean, look. This child lost her nose. Dog bit her nose clean off. Kids, do y'all know when dogs attack you, they usually go for your face. Kids 13 and under, they're usually attacked in the face and neck. Why take the chance? You can play with something else. Somebody else. Play with your friends. You don't get nothing out of playing with a dog but a increased danger level. All you get is the possibility of having your nose ripped off. You think that's worth it? I don't. We gotta smarten up, man. This woman will never look the same. You have your nose ripped off.
They will then use the tissue to create a new nose. In the meantime, she has to adapt.
It was also very hard for her to open up her mouth and kind of chew on stuff and kind of find new ways of drinking water.
What the hell? People are willing, this is what blows my, people are willing to sustain injuries like this. They are willing to do it. If you interact with dogs, you're a dog lover, you're willing to sustain injuries like this. And you're getting nothing in return. You're not getting nothing for it. And look, you can only try to convince people to care about themselves, their own kids, their own family. You can only say so much to people like that. You really can't reason or talk sense into people who don't care about their safety. Now, I don't blame these young people. They're brainwashed. I mean, pretty much all of them are brainwashed. But like I've always said, we adults, we reach a certain age where we start to question. We hold things that we've been told all our life up to scrutiny. We look at them critically, objectively. That's part of life. You have to make sure things pass the smell test. Being a dog lover does not.
Noor-e is now resting at home, but her friends and neighbors won't rest
Cookies and brownies.
until they raise enough money
$20. $20.
to help cover her medical expenses.
Here you go.
She was at a loss for words. She didn't know what to say. But they came over sometime today, actually, and they brought it over for her.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Oh my God.
The group of kids you saw in the video raised more than $800 today. Now that's in addition to the $1,000 raised by another group of classmates. Now add that to the GoFundMe total here, and we're talking nearly $19K. Noor-e is
People, why is it so hard? Why is it so difficult for these people to question the idea of a dog as a pet? Why is it that not even after a mutilation or death, they still don't even have the discussion? This, nobody, no group of adults sit around and say, you know what, maybe it's not so smart to have a dog as a pet. Such and such just got mutilated or killed. I'm not going to look at my dog the same. I'm not comfortable going around my dog or handling my dog. Or I don't think I'm going over, this friend's house anymore. They own a dog. These types of discussions never take place. And do y'all know, this is like religious. They literally view it as sinful to have that type of discussion. Don't you dare turn against dogs. You don't even speak in a negative tone about dogs. That's their mindset. That's a cult mindset. 100%. And we're talking about something that doesn't give us anything. Dogs don't give us anything. So here you have, which was expected, yet another story of an unprovoked attack, yet another story of an attack where after the attack, nobody says anything against dogs. Now let's digress briefly from the attacks that took place over the last day or two. And let's go to Jacqueline Durand. She has resurfaced in the news. And there is an article about her. Where is that? Here it is. I think I have an actual news article. Where is that? That's not it. Let me close that out. Here it is. This was published I think today, or actually the 21st. Some of you may have seen it or read it. Let's check it out.
Everyone at Andy Brown Park Central in Coppell is here for one person. That's UT Dallas.
Okay. The sign says Jacqueline Strong. All right, Jacqueline Strong.
That's UT Dallas student Jacqueline Durand, who runs a dog sitting business. Last year, she went to take care of a couple's 3 dogs and was attacked with nearly 1,000 bites to her body. But she's here 5 months since then, remaining strong.
I'm still recovering, but I'm glad I got to make it today.
This fundraiser was filled with hundreds of supporters. As drivers came through, got some barbecue, and showed their support for Jacqueline.
We have just been so humbled with the outpouring.
Now, this is her father. Yeah, some of you remember, this is her father. He had a very distraught and doubtful look on his face when the mother said that Jacqueline will be restored like new.
Of their support, the support of our neighbors, and the support of the entire Coppell community.
Jacqueline's dad said his daughter just finished her 16th surgery this week, and after each one, he says her positive attitude never changed.
Did that reporter say positive attitude? I couldn't really tell. Did he say positive attitude?
And after each one, he says her positive attitude never changed.
Isn't that what it sounded like he said? He didn't say positive. He said positive. How about that?
This fundraiser was filled with hundreds of supporters. As drivers came through, got some barbecue, and showed their support for Jacqueline.
We have just been so humbled with the outpouring of their support, the support of our neighbors, and the support of the entire Coppell community.
Jacqueline's dad said his daughter just finished her 16th surgery this week, and after each one, he says her positive attitude never changed.
What's been so amazing has been the fact that she has been so strong and courageous for us.
And Jacqueline says the same about her father.
We had a special bond before and definitely after this. He's been my #1 supporter through it all.
So even though Jacqueline doesn't know how many more surgeries she will have to go through, she has a message for anyone out there.
Uh-oh. She has a message. Jacqueline Durand is about to send a message to us. What do you think she's going to say? This is the juicy part. This is the part of the story I always look for, is what the victim has to say to the general public. Right? Let's listen.
For anyone out there facing a difficult part of their life.
Whoa! Anyone out there facing a difficult part of their life? This sounds bad already. This sounds deceptive already. Dishonest already.
One out there facing a difficult part of their life.
We all go through hard things, and I'm going through a hard thing. But we can get through it. We can do it.
Oh, man. What'd she say? Let's rewind it. What'd she say?
Life.
We all go through hard things, and I'm going through a hard thing. But we can get through it.
Oh, man. Now, do you think that was the message that should have been sent from Jacqueline Durand? Oh, man. Nothing. Says nothing about dogs at all. As a matter of fact, people, not only did she not say anything about dogs, I'm sure you all can guess what I'm about to show you. It is an image from that same fundraiser. This image right here. This is an image from that same fundraiser. You gotta soak this. You gotta process this. Now, this is not her dog, people. Down here it says, Jacqueline Durand's high school friends introduce her to their golden retriever. Her friends brought their dogs. Do y'all see how much this is a religion? This is no different from an actual religion. It's more powerful. These people are more loyal and faithful to dogs than they are to religion. Isn't this disturbing? This is so troubling. If that dog it could bite her face right now. Look at how it's looking at her face. It sees exposed. No, excuse me. It smells. I'm quite sure that dog can smell her wounds. And this thing is only food motivated. The dog don't care about her or anybody else. It views humans as a food source. Nothing more. Nothing more. And they had to get this photo. Her kneeling down. What is the way she's kneeling down here, people? That is her way of giving herself to the dog. Sacrificing herself to the dog. In other words, she removed any type of barrier or restraint that would have made it difficult for the dog to attack her. She wanted to fully trust that the dog wouldn't attack her. So she got on her knees and got in the dog's face. Her way of saying, I still trust you. This is an unbelievable story. I mean, every update in regard to Jacqueline Durand is unbelievable. I mean, it's past cringe. It is beyond facepalm. It's just unbelievable, even for me. This was not even necessary. She did not have to do this. She does not have to even like dogs anymore. Don't you think people would understand if she said, I'm not comfortable around dogs anymore? Or at least large dogs anymore? She refuses to say that. Because she knows a bunch of people will turn against her. This is mind-blowing. Mind-blowing. You want to show this type, you want to once again make yourself vulnerable. Put yourself at the mercy of another dog before your face even heals? Think about that. Her face hasn't healed yet. And before it heals, long before it heals, she wants to expose herself to dogs again. Wow. Wow. Unbelievable. Now, what is the fundraiser for? Her medical bills. Okay. Is there at least a message? Yeah, we all go through things. I'm going through something. We can get through it. No. The message is stay away from dogs. You don't trust dogs. Anybody who owns a dog, don't go over their home. Don't take the chance of this happening to you. Isn't that the smart thing to say? You don't want to go through this. She's lucky to be alive. So stay away from dogs. She's not getting anything out of this interaction that you see right here, other than some germs and bacteria levitating to her face from the dog's dander. Microscopic excrement all in her face and her wounds. Man, you know, you dog lovers out there, I want you to know that there are people out here like me who will just spit on your dog's shadow. We detest dogs. Detest them. And I would love nothing more than to see all of them exterminated immediately, so that we humans can evolve. Not just as far as health and safety, but emotionally, intellectually, in many other ways. What a failure. What a failure. This woman has the opportunity to change so many people's perspective. Does she not have nothing to even say about pit bulls? Bully breeds, German shepherds? Can you not at least say something about the breed that attacked you? How can you expect people like this to love their own kids? Of course they're not going to. If a person can't love themselves and want to protect themselves, of course, they're not going to love and want to protect their offspring. That's what we're dealing with here. This is unbelievable. This level of regression is unbelievable. We're not at ground zero. We're beneath the ground. Beneath the ground. Wow. Let's move on. That is the update of Jacqueline Durand. What a photo. You know what? I'm about to make this photo the thumbnail to this live stream right now. This stuff like this should never happen. We should never get to this point where we knowingly, consciously repeat the same mistakes that led us to a near-death experience and left us disfigured for life. Our face, of all things, disfigured for life. And you, oh my goodness. Let me change the thumbnail. I gotta change it. This has to be the thumbnail for this video. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Bear with me here. Very disappointing. It's very disappointing. I mean, she could single-handedly change the mind of so many people if she would give some basic sound advice, at least to one demographic. Stay away from pit bulls. Stay away from German shepherds. She says nothing. So nothing good can come from her attack. She can't inspire people to do anything. Her refusal to speak out against dogs makes her attack just meaningless. Nothing can be improved because she refused to say anything about dogs. Unbelievable. Now there was another story. What is this? A woman was killed. This is the other story. Right? We haven't watched this yet, right? This is the other story. Another 5-year-old boy. We've had like 3 or 4 or 5-year-olds attacked here very recently. Now this was in Miami-Dade County. Now they were just debating on whether or not they should lift their pit bull ban. Some of you might remember. Okay, let me refresh this. Y'all see that? Okay. Here we go.
Brutal and vicious attack. A child and his mother attacked by a dog. They're both waking up this morning in the hospital where they're recovering from their injuries. It all took place in their neighborhood home, or outside their neighborhood. Miami-Dade Animal Services tell us the victims were attacked in the dog owner's home in West Miami-Dade. The American Bulldog bit the child's leg and arms and then started to attack the boy's mother when she tried to intervene. They were both airlifted to the hospital. The dog has been...
It was a bulldog. It was a bully breed.
Placed under quarantine. A dangerous dog investigation is now underway.
Oh, dangerous dog investigation. Oh, man. This is just too much. He just said a bulldog. Here in the article, they're saying that the police department did not say what type of dog bit the boy, and that the animal belonged to the family. Another family dog. Another dog who I'm sure the parents would say is harmless and protective and the sweetest thing and wouldn't hurt a fly, wouldn't harm one hair on this 5-year-old's head. They would have said all of that before the attack. Had you questioned them and their decision to bring the dog in the house around the 5-year-old, they would be offended. This dog has never shown aggression. We've had it since a puppy. How many times do we hear that? How crazy is this? Now, what is this? These are just some random, and this was published today. I told y'all people, I can't keep up. I can't keep up with this stuff. Dog bite injuries double in 15 years with more than 10,000 people a year requiring hospital. Now, I think this is in the UK, if I'm not mistaken. Daily Mail, I think that's a UK publication. Dog bite injuries double in 15 years. Yeah, they're going up. They are going up, and they're not going down. I don't even think they level. It's just more and more every year. Woman killed following multiple dog attack in Coleman County. Coleman County, where is that? Alabama. Okay, what is this? A woman was killed following a multiple dog attack, blah, blah, blah. She was attacked by multiple dogs sometime around 2:30 in the morning on Sunday. This past Sunday. Pronounced dead when the coroner arrived on the scene around 3 a.m. The attack happened in her neighborhood. Oh, my goodness. There you go. Yet another pack of dogs. Yet another demonstration by these dogs where they demonstrate that they're nothing like a human. They're nothing like humans. Again, you can't get a group of people to attack a dog. You can't. And dogs attack us for no reason. And What's the other pattern that we've seen today with today's reports, people? Women and children. Women, children. It never fails. It's like every time. It's either a woman or a child. There's no excuse to defend these things. You know, a lot of civilizations pride themselves, not civilizations, just people all over the world, pride themselves on being a protector of women and children. Aren't women and children like notoriously mentioned when men talk about what they're designed and put on earth to protect? It's not just home. Men are supposed to protect the home. No, when they say that, they are saying, protect my wife and kids. I thought that was a huge part of what defines manhood. Am I missing something here? Isn't that right? That's a major part of manhood. At least I thought. But yet these attacks don't resonate with any group of men on earth. That's unbelievable to me. No group of men anywhere on this planet saying, you know what? We should not have dogs in our communities. We have the information here. We have the facts. They usually attack women and kids. Over 50% of the time, they attack a child. If they're not attacking a child, it's a woman. The next most frequent victim is the elderly. So we as men, we can't tolerate this. If you're talking about being a protector, you can't discriminate on what you're protecting your women and children from. You protect them from any and everything that attacks them. Then the case with dogs, you're talking about creatures that mutilate them in the most gruesome way imaginable. And you still praise these things, not say a single word, even though you're gathered at a rally, at a fundraiser. What a failure. Look, people are going to join us. They're going to join us. This level of insanity, look, people are not going to want to be a part of this. They're going to want to be against this. There's nothing anybody can say about us or our message. You cannot. Dog lovers, I need y'all to understand something. None of you can logically criticize our message. And you all know it. So why are you still a dog nut? Oh, it makes me feel good. We're dealing with, I told you, even if a person is somewhat in their right state of mind, if they start to practice insanity, they're going to lose their mind. They're eventually not going to be able to think logically. They're going to lose their critical thinking skills. You can get a person who is totally in their right state of mind. But if you get them to behave in a way, to behave like a psychopath, a sociopath, they're eventually going to become legit crazy. It's a lot similar to, now I've never killed anyone. But when you research these killers, they'll tell you the first time they killed, it was real tough psychologically. But you keep killing, you become numb to it. Just because you're numb to it doesn't mean that it's the right thing to do. And I think that happens a lot in this dog nutter culture. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Dog lovers make no progress. Yeah, it's unreal. They don't even take small steps towards sanity. They don't speak against any particular breed or anything. They don't speak against any particular situation. They don't even say, hey, what I've learned from this attack is, hey, don't leave kids alone with dogs. They don't even say small things like that. They just completely don't criticize dogs whatsoever. Don't you dare say anything about dogs. They view that as sinful. We all know that. They view it as sinful to say anything against dogs. So I hate to say it, but dog lovers, after they become an adult, there's pretty much no hope for them. They're going to be a dog lover for the rest of their life. No matter how much logic and common sense you hit them with, they are a lost cause. This is a powerful brainwashing cult. I mean, this is like no other cult that I know of. Unbelievably powerful. And my goodness. But you know what? Listen, I don't want to depress anybody. As thorough as it is at brainwashing people to be dog lovers, I believe the truth is stronger. I think it's more likely that a dog lover turns against dogs than it is for people who have turned against dogs to go back to being a dog lover. I think that's more difficult to do. As it is, there are statements all over online, dog free, all over the internet, on my channel. Many people have left comments saying that they used to be a dog lover. So I don't want to discourage anybody or sound like pessimistic. But it is a powerful brainwashing cult, these dog lovers. This thing here with Jacqueline Durand, that's disturbing. That photo is very disturbing. To see her sacrificing herself again to another large dog, very disappointing. What is this? Okay.
Dog danger after a 5-year-old and his mother are attacked.
Okay, that's about the 5-year-old. And it's only 27 seconds long. You notice how this is usually the case. They don't want to say much about it. Oh, somebody was attacked. Now on to other news. Pathetic. It's only a matter of time. It's only a matter of time. We are going to eradicate the earth of this nuttery. This is utter and complete insanity. Just nobody wants a dead brain. Nobody wants peanut butter for brains. Young folk, you don't want to be a part of the dog lover world. You don't. Join us. Separate yourself from dogs now before it's too late. Before you brainwash yourself into being a dog lover and end up like Jacqueline Durand or like Noor-e, who is now missing an entire nose. It's, one of these days, somebody who listens to my videos who is a dog lover is going to get attacked. And it's all going to be your fault. You heard the truth and you ignored it. I figure, some of these dog lovers listen to my videos. And eventually, if it hasn't happened already, one of those people going to get attacked. I told you so. Big shout out to everybody who's able to join me for this brief, random live stream. I just wanted to update people on the news here. This is something that I would really love to do on a daily basis for a living. It will happen, even if it happens only after I retire. It will happen. And I hope to see you all on the next live stream as we continue with this crusade.